You may say millions.
No.
Are you a rich man?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You have a lot of possessions, a lot of money in the bank.
Position rich. I don't have that type of rich. My rich life.
Tumbleweed scuffle underwater with swords made of flame, but they don't disturb the water. Its fluid state is sustained. The fire is more an image than a temperature thing, but that's not to say that the ignition's not an instant away. The ripples of transcension don't exhibit decay. They're a bubble that keeps expanding while its density stays. Conjure the dragon made of fire swims in a rage. No horizon, the dark comprises every inch of the blaze. Fucks you up like Goku with wrenches for days. Light reduction is unconducted monkey business with shade. What was before nothing more than a vestigial stain. A tale to be told to those who descend from the pain. Candyman mythology, the horror of childhood dreams materialize on earth in a subservient cloud of bees. A legend is not as much what it was as how it's seen. Its measure is the amount that believes. Powerful seeds once sown, these myths sprout in the plants, flowers and trees that trickle down like gallons that span mountains with streams. The convolution of veins that protrude from the range. Curiosity mass produces mad fruit for the brain. The cyborg's music is a beautiful thing. Somehow it alludes to a strange distant future that changed. The way that horn juice is insane, especially in cahoots with the way that drum loop is arranged. Similar to an Indian sword of flute when it's played, and the effect on the snake's movement that's presumably made. I move to allow myself to be removed from my cage and explore a new obscure evolutional stage. Forge my cocoon torn, the mutant of blades, exhumed from a storm before the swords that bloomed in the grave. In the shadows, atoms plot to improve what they shape, and some inhabitants the appetite sooner assuage. Cataclysm, everlasting wisdom bestowed, a flame established in the middle of snow, 20 below. It tolerates the wind as it blows, shimmers beholds the principle represented by the alchemist stone. Philosophy transforms anything into gold. Contemplation finds mutation at the end of its road. The more you think, the more you sink into a hole, swirling like a cinnamon roll into your soul in the throes of a gentle maelstrom, a tunnel to wonderland, a sojourn that even seldom dummies don't understand. Two birds in the bush are rarely worth one in the hand. I'm humble on the words of a humble child, woman, a man. Phantasmagorical grams cause my lungs to expand, and they magnify all the data I put under my lamp. I see as clear as a substance constructed after buzzing in sand. I scroll through neural holograms to summon guns to my hands. Disinterred jewels hidden from the most industrial scans, like echo hunters indigenous to the umbral underlands. Deep gnomes tapping on stones to track what they hold by paying close attention to the refraction of tones. Even their keen ears can miss the path that is shown, and no one listens better than these cats on the globe. Mental manipulation of shadows is known as umbrakinesis when you behave as if you have a remote. But what do you call it when you're the one beneath the shadow's control? When your every action is decided by light's absence alone. Slightly lit, I exist in the world blacker than cold, but such pressure has been known to yield spectacular stones. Shinigami apples, Fibonacci fractals explode. We're surrounded by patterns that extend labyrinths below, the dimension of which when measured beneath examined and close. The further in you zoom, somebody seem to actually grow. The slag will fold in intrepid theoretical swirl. The depths of the furl, like leaping off the edge of the world. Just to discover where you were is just a speck of the mural that sets off elucidation like Manespit and Durrell. Tossed in rumination, your whole perspective is hurled, your comprehension upended. A 3D structure twisted into other dimensions, and even then that wouldn't cover but so much of existence. The complexity of the physics is like a tesseract crumpled up and disfigured. To quantify it would require hundreds of digits, and John Nash formulas scribbled in clusters on windows. The most abnormal out of all of the ninja blades precipitate from clouds. He manifests with his fingers. A tragic storm on the forecast. Perpetual winter. All shadows and grains of sand telekinetically rendered. Shrapnel from a grenade that genetically splinters and crashes into the brains of the most perceptive of listeners. Mutating the cellular whispers. Hypercoteric constrictors reach forth to what hasn't yet been configured and methodically wrap themselves around telepathic pictures. Programmed with a direct but non-threatening signature. Commands wander as they will to where the destined adventure.
We disagree. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last.
Well, at least if we had a legitimate source, we could...
This is the essence of science. You ask an impertinent question, and you're on your way to a pertinent answer.